Hello and welcome to part 5 of our series. Today I started a little bit early because I have some stuff to do in the evening, so I'm going to be brief. So the thing that I wanted to mention is that we already have a GitHub repo. So the link is already in the description. You can your own command to say have a look at it. Yeah, there you go. So underneath we have a GitHub. So I just wanted to check how Claude is gonna advise regarding one moment. So yeah, I just wanted to see if I ask Claude what he's gonna suggest, and of course I asked about how to create a GitHub repo. I know how to do that, but I just wanted to see what he's gonna say, and he gave me a bunch of commands, and then I obviously asked. I don't want to do it like this because I want to see it like I want to do it like in Visual Studio, the normal one where you just click buttons. So it actually surprisingly it showed me where I have to click. Actually, it didn't show me this picture. This was a screenshot from me, but it told me which buttons I need to press to create it. So it was, I would say, pretty successful. But again, you have to know what you want to do in order to help you do it. So at the moment, it's not super duper clever. So the way it actually is done, if it's not with commands, you have to click on this one, and I actually did it on another computer. So this one, I don't have Git, and I'm currently downloading it, but it's downloading super slow for some reason. I don't know where the server is. My internet connection is not slow, but in the moment when it downloads, I'm probably gonna install it and show you how it looks like. The other thing that I did is I rearranged a little bit the structure. So I made this dbops, and this is where I saved. I wanted to save also the seed py and all other things separate from the source code, but it turned out that seed.py cannot be in another folder because it uses everything from the application. It loads the models, the app, and all these things. So I had to return it back. So I'm not really sure that this is any kind of improvement. Basically, this is the script that does the backup. At the moment, it's hosted. I put it in the Docker file instead of. Just a second. Let me think. Where did I put it? Yeah. So I actually created added another volume, which is called dbops, and I mapped it to the internal folder that is called /dbops. So basically, every time you compile, actually you run the container, this gets copied there. So I haven't actually tried it, how to backup it, but I would assume would be, let's try. So docker compose up -d, and then it's going to be docker compose exec. Then it's going to be app. I think I wrote it somewhere here. Project requirements command. The backup one was yeah. I don't know what RM means, but I'll use it. So minus minus rm sounds scary a little bit, rm, app, then Python, then no, this is not gonna work because it's actually looking for in the main folder of app. Let's see if I do db ops slash db ops dot py backup unknown flag. Yeah, that's because it's not exec, but it's run. Yeah. We're having the same issues like before. So this is not okay. So then I'm gonna put this dbops here. I'm gonna delete this folder. Then in Docker Compose, I'm gonna remove this volume. So this was totally pointless. So Docker Compose down, Docker Compose build, then Docker Compose up minus D, and then yikes. But it was working yesterday. Where did I? Shit. Terminal commands. Oh. Okay. We're going back in circles. I hate this. But let's see. So I'm gonna go to a new chat. Why do I get this error when I back up? And probably I want to have the dbops file there. Let's see. By the way, while we're waiting, let's install GitHub. Sorry, Git. I'm gonna just bring it here. Next, 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 next. Yeah, that's fine. So what does it say? It occurs during the database migration step, which is executed before you back up the script runs. This specific error is aha. The error indicates that there is a migration file trying to add transcript column, but it already exists. Blah blah. Okay, so that's okay. So we have to have some sort of a check, I assume. One moment. Visual Studio Code. Yeah. Okay. Then check your migration files and directory. Look for a file name, blah blah. Then migration is trying to add a column that already exists. You might need to remove or modify this migration file. After addressing the migration issue, if you need to skip migration temporarily to perform the backup, you would modify your entry point script. Oh, okay. So but this is not but I'm not running this one. Let's check. This is my entry point script, why it has been executed when I run the command for backup. The entry point script is being executed because it's defined in your Docker file. When you run the command docker compose run, it will first execute the entry point script. To avoid running migration and seeding data when you just want to perform backup, you have a few options. Create a separate Docker file or service for the database operation. Modify the entry script. Okie dokie. That is okay, but I want this to be also not executing the seed and migration when I do restore to, which is handled by the same script. So please modify the entry point script. Okay, so we go here and we change the entry point to be like this, and then let's give it a try. Boof. I guess it didn't like it for some reason. Let's try to stop. Start. Huh. Not working. Okay. Here is the result. Issue persists because the entry point script is still running migrations and seeding before executing the backup command. To fix this, modify. Oh, yeah. That's because what it says is that this one is already copied, so it's inside, so I need to rebuild. Good catch, Anthropic, good catch. So, Docker compose down, Docker compose build, Docker compose up -d. Sorry. I cannot even read this. Like, whoever says these models cannot do good job, this is exactly what you hire them to do. Read all this crap for you and tell you what to do. I did a rebuild here is the result. The error persists because the migration is still running. The issue is in your migration file, not the entry point script. Remove or modify the migration file. Look at here. Update your database versions. Update your database version without running migrations. If you need to keep your migration history intact, you can modify the migrations file to check if the column exists before adding it. I don't know if I need to keep track of the history of migrations, but if I don't, what is the proper way to do it? Should I delete this file from the migration folder? Also, why migrations are ran if I have if in the entry.sh script. I'm writing very badly. If you don't need to track the migration history, you can do the following steps. Remove the alemic version table. What the hell is alemic version table from your database? Generate new migration based on your current database. Docker compose rm Flask-Migrate. Regarding why migrations are still running, it seems that the entry point script modification wasn't applied correctly. Double check if your entry point file. Okay, that's a good point. Okay. The fuck? So I'm gonna down this and I'm gonna up it and let's see if everything works. So 3 apps are running. Then I will do what's the command saying? Checking what's in this. Why like this? What is this? Okay, let's go inside and see. So if I go to app, then exec, I can do cd app. Actually, no, cd/ls vim or vi entry point sh. Oh, it's applied correctly. Let's see if this is executable. Entry point, there you go. Yeah, it's executable. So why the fuck is it not working? Copy hash mode, okay. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow what it says. So the first thing that it wants is it wants me to do, but how I'm gonna do that? Huh. How do I run this? So I have to probably go to compose up. Then I'm gonna go to 128. Okay. Why I'm doing all this bullshit? I can simply delete the drive, the volume. So I can go here and then I go to containers, no, then volumes. And which one is in use? This one, right? So I shut it down. Okay. So now let's run another up. So everything should be working. And let's try to run the backup command now. These migrations are actually pissing me off. Docker Compose. But everything related to Docker Compose actually crashes. I know. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually pissing me off big time. And this is get when I execute anything. Okay, I'm gonna delete all things inside of migration versions. Nope, it's doing the same thing over and over. I'm gonna down this, then I'm gonna up it. Okay. Folder versions is empty and I get this. Yes, I knew that. I noticed this one today and I was wondering why we're running twice. So, I noticed this shit, it's not actually needed. Why I'm running it twice if I have then in this one here? It's a bullshit. But I remember that when I removed it today, it stopped working for some reason, so I thought it's probably needed. The fuck? Ah, yeah, I need to rebuild. Nah, but do I? App exec cd vn 3.sh. Yeah, good. So I need to down. This time it should be okay, finally. And then we need to build to replace the file. Then we need to up. And then we need to run this command. Cool. Okay. But question is now, do we have working site? And we don't. Okay, let's see. This one exited. That already exists. Aha. Let's see. Well, entry point script should be. Well, my god, it gave me 1,000 comments. I just copy this and go here. So I already moved the running of the Flask from entry point sh because I think we run it from Docker file cmd. Please check that. Here is the output now when I try to run the containers. Idiot. My Docker file looks like this. You have provided a run. Now I can see your setup is correct. The CMD instruction is set to run application, which is appropriate. Given this setup, let's review the entry point script. show the content of entry point script. Entry point script looks good. It handles backup separately. First, let's try running up. Okay. Let's do down. Damn it. Something happened really bad. This one exited. Based on the output, it seems that your application is starting correctly. The migrations are running and the seed script being executed. Migration 2 is initializing with PostgreSQL. It's running any pending migration. The seed script is running. The behavior is normal as expected. If you want to force a reseed to proceed, your application should be running. You can access it. No, I do not want to do that. Damn it. It doesn't understand. Okay. This is in terminal. I think the app stops or exits. Your application is exiting after running the migration and attempting to see that this is happening because your entry point script doesn't actually start the Flask application. But this is what I just removed, for God's sake. This is crazy. But then why CMD is not executed then? Okay, so I'm gonna put this one in my entry point again, and I'm gonna build I am insane idiot. Let me show you what I did. I started the stupid script, I think, by mistake with up without -d, and -d is actually making it a daemon, which means it works in the background. So I don't really need this. The issue is that I was starting it wrong. Build up. Okay, let's see if it's up here. Okay. But then why not hang? It's not hanging. Play. And exits again. Okay. So I suppose the CMD is not being executed. Let's see what this said. rebuild your image. This modification will help. If CME doesn't execute it, it could be because entry point script is not exiting properly. There is an issue with how Docker is implementing CMD. To further diagnose it also, blah blah. Okay, I'm gonna try to put this one here one last time, and I'm gonna have to run down build up. Okay, now it's hanging. Fuck. So when this thing is there, okay, last attempt. My entry point looks like this now, but I get this when I back up. Issue that your entry point script is not correctly handling the backup command. Let's modify to properly handle the backup command. Who wrote the fucking command? Ah, you cocksucker. Okay. Change that. So now I'm gonna. Nah. Ooh. Finally, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Finally it works. Yes. So now we can back up as much as we want. Nice. So one thing that we need to do is to add this folder to be ignored by, I have file called git ignore, in which I want to add a folder called db backups. And yeah, so let me show you this. What was the git command to remove file from being tracked? I wrote it with my left foot. Okay, so if I want to remove it, I have to do this and then write db backups. If if it's folder, it must have -r. I have for shit. I'm gonna go to my previous chat from earlier today. Publish code on GitHub. Yeah, there you go. It was this one. Guitar. There you go. This one I have to write down in my commands. Terminal commands. Yep. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you how to remove. So we go here, right click. This is the command, and we're gonna change this one to DB backups. No. Let's see. What do you mean it's not existing? Maybe it's not tracking it yet. Copy. Where's copy? Yes, it is. Not in the list of tracked files, but there are several backups inside that are tracked. How to make everything in the folder not tracked? Based on image. Okay. There you go. But okay, I ran it, but so I ran it, but still there is a bunch of backups that are tracked. Okay, so that means I need to go to my git ignore and add this. Okay, but that's not correct because, see, for example, data. Aha, yeah, it's correct. Yes. Cool. So let me go back here. So right now, it's gonna stop tracking this. There's change in git ignore, which is gonna track. There's in compose, entry point, terminal commands. Although I don't want the terminal commands to be tracked. So what I can do is, I can come here, say Control C, and go here. Now first go to git ignore and add the file to be ignored. And then when I come here, also I have to run the command to remove it, which would be git rm -r -- cached terminal commands. Good. Okay, and then we can say fixed backup and restore and excluded db backups from the GitHub. Then we click, yikes, that means that I don't have I actually don't have time to finish this. I remember there was a button to configure this. What was that? What is this? I see some terminal commands on. I don't know why it's doing it. Many things are wrong today. So apparently my Git is not configured. So let's see. I have GitHub account. Can't I just log into it? Turn on settings. VS Code, click on the account icon at the bottom left corner. Bottom left corner. And then sign, turn on sync settings sync. GitHub. Okay. Yeah. I am not. Okay, sign up with passkey. iPhone. Next. That is crazy. Mm. Okay. Okay. So it's sending request on the GitHub app. I approve that. Continue. Open. Okay. Let's try to commit. No. Okay. This is pissing me off big time. Sign in with GitHub. They will open in default web browser. Authorize. Once authorized, you'll be prompted to choose what settings you want to sync. You can decide that based on your preference. VS Code should be connected to GitHub account. Let me try to restart it. Okay, so okay. So that's it. I commit and now I click here. Actually, I click here and click push. And now this is in the no. Let's see if the change is there. So yeah, backup files. So yeah, everything's fine. Now everything works. The latest version is there. I'm sorry for the technical issues. I didn't have too much time today to prepare. So hopefully someone is going to watch this one. Thank you. Bye.